After awkwardly deflecting Justin's absurd marriage proposal by calling myself a hooligan, he showed up at my doorstep anyway, rambling about some incident and conspiracy against me. I surprised even myself by asking for strands of his hair before he left. Then Justin had the audacity to call and declare me his girlfriend, simply because I said I don't want marriage. The man is delusional. Meanwhile, Joel Smith is after my DNA sample. Could this be connected to the conspiracy Justin mentioned? What does he want with my genetic information? And how much danger are my children and I really in? The man in the black hoodie, Quentin Smith, apparently handled the Smith family's less savory tasks. A small, discreet team worked under him, ensuring their more critical needs were met. Joel, who seemed to view Ian as a surrogate father, had entrusted this task to Quentin, despite its apparent simplicity. Quentin stood before Joel, his face a shadow beneath the depths of his hood. "Sorry, boss. Still no sample." Joel's surprise was evident. It shouldn't have been this difficult. A discarded utensil, a stray hair. Quentin scratched his head, a hint of something akin to frustration in his movements. "I've never seen anyone so contained." He looked up at Joel, a touch of aggrieved bewilderment in his voice. "A full day and night, one meal, 24 hours of sleep. And she washes everything the instant she's done, not even a stray fingerprint, let alone a DNA sample." An indignant edge crept into Quentin's voice. "Her water glass, right there, bedside. You'd think, but nothing? Cleans it after a single sip. Who is this woman?" Dark circles underscored his eyes, a testament to a sleepless night. "Yet," he insisted, "don't worry, I'll keep at it." "Did you get inside their house?" Joel asked, a hint of concern in his voice. He wanted answers, but not at the cost of arousing the Andersons' suspicion. Quentin nodded. "Yeah?" Joel frowned. "Did they find you?" The last thing he needed was to make enemies with the Andersons. Quentin shook his head, a flicker of professional pride in his shadowed face. "Trust me on this. Light as a ghost. My gear leaves no trace." Joel nodded a grudging acceptance. He turned to leave. "Where are you going?" Quentin asked. "To take my daughter to school." I stretched, the lingering stiffness in my muscles protesting the early hour. The strand of hair I'd carefully placed across the door jamb before sleep. It lay on the floor. So I hadn't been dreaming. Someone had been in my room while I slept. I moved silently through the house, every sense on high alert. Nothing seemed to be missing. My water glass by the bed, the trash bin in the bathroom. Those were the only things that appeared to have been touched. Disgusting, I thought, a shiver of violation creeping up my spine. My mother's paranoia suddenly felt less like a quirk and more like a survival mechanism. I was already living a life as inconspicuous as possible, yet they still sought to intrude. Would I ever truly be free? I shook my head, pushing the unsettling thought away. Cherry needed to get to school. On the way to the school, Tanya, who was in town and in our lives, drawled, "Has the world tilted on its axis, Nora? You're actually taking us to school? And before sunrise, no less." "Oh, I have a pre-op consultation at the university later," I replied, my tone matter of fact. "The school just happens to be on the way." She clutched Cherry to her chest. "Look at your mother, Cherry. Such selfless devotion. It's truly, breathtakingly self-serving." Cherry sighed. "Why must you humiliate yourself by asking something like that, Tanya?" Tanya blinked, a slow dawning of understanding spreading across her face. She coughed. "Point taken, darling." Cherry released a breath he'd been holding. "Will Mia be at school today?" A shadow crossed Tanya's face. "I don't know, sweetie." Cherry's small brow furrowed. "Can you call them and ask?" Tanya's jaw tightened. "Let's talk about it later, Cherry." After dropping them off, I drove to the university. A pre-op meeting with Director Shaw and the neurosurgery team awaited. I parked outside the conference room and was about to head upstairs when I saw her. Tina York, clutching a small notebook, her expression radiating an almost manic excitement, was also heading towards the building. She caught sight of me, her steps faltering. Sure enough, she changed direction, intercepting me before I reached the stairs. "What are you doing here?" she demanded, her voice sharp and territorial. I glanced at her, offering no explanation. Tina stretched out her arm, blocking my path. "Sorry, but we have an important meeting with Director Shaw. If you're looking for him, I suggest you wait in his office. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in the meeting." A slow grin spread across my face. Unauthorized personnel? I repeated, my voice laced with amusement. Tina nodded, her eyes narrowed. I'd advise you to stop trying to hog all the attention. You were lucky Mr. Hunt allowed you in Athena's OR last time. Don't think you can just follow us in again. One person shouldn't get all the best opportunities. I stared at Tina's smug face as she tried to block my path. She had no idea who I really was or what I was doing here. None of them did. I wondered, how many more secrets would I have to protect before this was over? Who sent someone to collect my DNA and what do they hope to find? How long can I protect Cherry if they're closing in on me? Is my mother's paranoia justified? And are the same people who hunted her now after me?
Hi, Nora here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Saving Nora Now with the link in the description.